So first things first, salary is mainly like you're looking at a top band 5, band 6 level, because a general practice nurse is a band 6 role. Hey guys, and welcome to Nursing Different with Nurse NZ. Guys, I am so sorry I haven't posted in a while. It's been a little bit hectic for your girl, okay? As you know, I'm doing my computer engineering course, and that is a master's course, so it's very intense. But I'm doing okay. I still hate coding, so that part has not changed. But I love HTML and I love web design and I love everything to do with sort of graphic designing and that aspect of things. I'm kind of getting the hang of it. And actually, we've just completed the first assignment for one of our modules called professional ethics, and it's literature based, so I love it. So I was busy with my assignments and everything else that comes with Nursing Z, but now I am a bit more available to do more videos and answer more questions. The first video that I want to do was a video just answering some questions about general practice nursing. Someone asked me to just kind of get into it a little bit and talk about what my salary was, what holidays and stuff were. And if you haven't already done so, go down below, click on the link and go and visit my website where I've got loads of treats for you. So first things first, salary is mainly like you're looking at a top band 5, band 6 level, because a general practice nurse is a band 6 role. But once you start off as a trainee GPN. So you're a trainee general practice nurse until you've got all the skills, or you've passed your probationary period, and then you become just a general practice nurse. So my salary, I negotiated it, being that I came from a band 6 position. So I negotiated my pay to kind of fit what I had just left. Obviously, because if you're leaving somewhere to go to a new role, you want to make sure that they give you the best possible salary to match where you were before. So my salary, and I was working part-time, you see. So my salary was 27,000 working 28 hours. And that was, yeah. So my salary was 27,000. And I was doing part-time 28 hours. So I'm not sure what that would come to if I was doing it full-time, but you can calculate it. And again, every practice might be different. So because I negotiated my pay, that may not always be the case for someone who's a newly qualified nurse that's going straight into it. You might be a lower band. So just do your research and ask the trust what the salary expectations are, so that you're fully aware before you actually go into the role. So that's that in terms of salary. In terms of my holidays and stuff, it was very flexible, because the practice that I worked at, people were just so lovely. They were very, very friendly and very understanding. So for example, if I had an emergency whereby, I had a doctor's appointment, or something was occurring with my son, I could literally go to my clinical manager and say, hey, this is what's happening. Is it okay if I come in a bit later and make up the hours after? And usually they're okay with that. And so what they do is move your shifts until after you come in. So for example, I start at 9:30, and my first patient will be a 9:30 slot. So I need to make sure that I'm there for like 9:15, just to set myself up and stuff. But obviously if I can't make it for 9:30, then they will reschedule it for after I come in. So if it's just an hour that I'm taking off, they will reschedule my patients so that it comes after the hour. So instead of 10 o'clock, it will be like 10:15. So that's in terms of like just emergencies and stuff. They are very flexible. So talk to your practice and ask them what their processes are. In terms of holiday, you do have to book your holidays in advance. I'm not too sure, because I didn't really take holidays straight away. I kind of took it like a few months in. And again, it was very flexible. I asked for a week off the following month. But what they will ask is that you check with your team to see who's off during the time that you're requesting to be off and who's not, so that there's cover, because obviously if every nurse is off at the same time, then there's no one to see the patients. So it's just making sure that your holiday times are fair and it's taken into account what everyone else's schedule is like. So what I normally do is go to the rota and see around the time that I want my holiday who is off. And if loads of people are off, then I'll just wait until they come back and then take my holiday maybe a day or two after they've come back. The reason why I say a day or two after they've come back is because you want to make sure that you give them some time so that you can give them a handover of what's been going on while they've been off. So there's no point in you going on holiday the day that someone's just come back. There's going to be some challenges in terms of helping them catch up. But yeah, so it's those kind of things. So when I come in, normally I set up my room, I set up my fridge temperature, write down everything, and then I just kind of get ready to see my patients. And the type of patients that I can see can vary. So it can be anything from, wound dressing. I did loads of childhood immunizations. That was kind of like my thing, I would say. Loads of childhood immunizations. I also did depots, so mental health depots. I didn't do contraceptions because you have to be trained to do that, and that was in an area that I don't know, it's not an area that particularly interests me, so I wasn't really in a hurry to do it. But asthma is the other thing that I did, so doing like general asthma checks. Again, in order to do more in-depth checks, you have to do certain trainings, or you have to have done a lot of training with your team, so your clinical managers and stuff like that. Yeah, and there's also like COPD checks that you can do. I did do a lot of NHS health checks as well, and I really like doing those because it taught me so much about like alcohol consumption and just a lot in regards to cardiovascular diseases and stuff like that. So I really loved it, to be honest. So my team was 2 nurses, a support worker, 2 support workers actually, but we had two sites, so they were split between sites. So the advice I would give someone looking to go into general practice is make sure that you go on the e-learning for health website and try and get as much training as you can, because one of the things that they will want to know is if you are experienced. And obviously if you are new to general practice, then you're probably not going to be experienced. So you want to go out there and get as much training as you can so that you basically stand out. So when they look at your CV, they can see, okay, well, she hasn't got any practice experience, but she's got certificates in immunizations, she's got certificates in asthma, she's got certificates in diabetes, and you just want to push those things. So for example, if you're a nurse that's worked in a diabetic unit, you want to kind of enhance those skills and bring those skills forward so that they can see that, oh, actually she's got the experience that we need. We can just train her up on the things that she doesn't have, and then they're more likely to kind of pick you then. So just make sure that your CV is structured in a way that highlights your skills and highlights the skills that they are looking for. So read the job specifications to see what type of skills they're looking for and what kind of qualities they want from you, and structure your CV and your personal statement to kind of back that up or highlight that you do have those skills, even though you don't have experience in working in general practice.